The other movie that came out in April that I saw was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Mantis, look out!
So I want to preface this by saying that I think Guardians 1 is a great movie. I think it's vastly oversold. I think that there's a lot about that movie that really bugged me, and I'm probably going to do a whole video about it. In analysis more of than a, man, this movie sucks, because it doesn't. It's a good movie. The sequel manages to fix just about every problem. It's also not as... I describe it as... It's more consistently good than the first one, but it's not... it never gets as great as the first one does. So it's kind of a give and take sort of thing. I wouldn't say this movie's better than the first one. I wouldn't say the first one's better than this movie. I'd say that they're pretty on par. So it's really down to your personal preference. I honestly feel like I'm alone on this, because everyone seems to praise them. I hate the two female characters in this. I think they're the worst, not only female characters in the Marvel Universe, but the worst written characters, probably, in the MCU right now. I think, especially because Gamora, her only character trait is that she's a girl, but she doesn't like girly things. Like, that was a tired trope fucking forever ago, and you're still using it. They don't do anything new or exciting with it. If you've seen a character like that, that's Gamora, and she has a tragic backstory with the other one, Nebula, her sister, but it's not very interesting, and it's not very memorable, and it's not something that you'd want this whole movie to fucking keep spending its goddamn time on, but it keeps spending its goddamn time on it. The two characters that are literally meant to be fucking not understanding human emotion are infinitely better than these two. Speaking of which, Mantis is very good. I really liked Mantis. So it proves that Marvel can write decent female characters. They just don't try 90% of the goddamn time. Definitely still got the same kind of beautiful fucking colors, visual flair that the first one had. Wide variety of actual interesting and funny characters to play off of. Even ones that are just like in it for seconds are fucking... It's almost, and not, maybe not quite, but almost kind of like the original Star Wars trilogy, where there's like such an interesting cast of background characters that there could be complete separate movies just about them, or at least story. Yeah, it definitely does kind of... It is kind of able to escape that cardboard box that most Marvel movies are in. And I think that's a good thing. There's something that's not good necessarily about it, but I'll get to that later. But talking solely about this movie, it's very good. Like I said, it's maybe on par with the first one. It's got different problems, but my opinion about it is that if you like the first one, you'll like this one. It's consistently better than the first one, but it's not as amazing as the first one was. Also, probably best Stan Lee cameo in any